Welcome to Cozy Podcast. My mommy Shan.
Hey!
My sister Ari.
Say hi, Ari.
Hey. And I'm Anya.
Let's go! Hey, this is Shan, mom of the girls. Thank you for checking in. If this is your first time at Cozy Woman Podcast, welcome. It's a very random but frequently posted show. Enjoy what you can when you can. It's for new parents. Y'all are very welcome. It's for second, third, or more time around parents too. And I did not forget those of you who aren't quite there yet, haven't had your first kid, but you're thinking about it and you're just curious on what it takes to go ahead and survive the kids that you may make. Cool. Since we're all here, let's get into today's episode. On the parents must do list, first things first, you have to get to know who the parents of your kids' best friends are. So if Anya, I would think like 7, 8-ish, you might get like a best friend over time. I would want to know who the kids' parents are. Like, what's their mom like? What's their dad like? How do they live? Do I ever go over their house for like a play date? Do they ever come over here for a play date? Do we go to lunch? What's their mindset like? Do they smoke cigarettes? Do they smoke other things? Are they heavy drinkers? Do they have any teachable tips that they can give me? Do I have any teachable tips that I could give them? What are their kids into? What are their likes and dislikes? That's what you want to know about your kids' best friend's parents. Definitely not doing any sleepovers unless I know you very well. I have a close friend of mine. Our daughters have the same birthday, same year. And so I'm completely comfortable with Anya spending the night at her house. I'm completely comfortable with her daughter staying over here. Whenever she wants to have like her time, I'll go ahead and take her daughter sometimes. She will take the girls sometimes. And they have a good time because I got to know who she is. I got to know what she's about. I got to know how she handles her household, who she's involved with, what she's going to put up with, what's her boundaries, things like that. And I think as parents, that is our duty to know. You can't just send your kids over anybody's house. You can't just have your child be outside playing with their quote-unquote best friend and not know who their best friend is, where their best friend lives, what their best friend does, things like that. That's like our must do as parents. Second thing is give your kid a little responsibility. One might be give them an alarm clock. Even though you're not going to completely leave it up to them to get up in the morning, give them an alarm clock. So to let them feel like, oh, I got an alarm clock. I got up, I washed my face, I brushed my teeth, I took off my pajamas, I started getting ready, and then my mom got ready, and my dad got ready. Number 2, let them make the bed. Sometimes Anya makes the bed on her own without me having to ask her. Sometimes I don't mind. I'm not a real stickler on, did you make your bed? I'm more so stickler on, did you brush your teeth? Did you clean your tongue? Did you clean your ears with the Q-tip? Did you wash your hands with soap? That's more of my thing, but sometimes she might make the bed, so maybe that might be a thing you want to set. Third thing you might want to do for a little responsibility is allow your kids to feel disappointment. A lot of growth comes from kids feeling disappointment, not in like a harmful sense, but in a sense of, man, we can't go to catch an air this weekend because, there's other things that have to get done. Or we can't go to the park today. Like you said, maybe we might be able to do. I try to stress maybe with my kids because sometimes you can do things you thought you could do. Sometimes you can't. And it's a possibility. And possibility, maybes, might, that's something your kid has to understand very young. The fourth thing is you shouldn't have to tell your children routine things every day. Your children should be able to adapt and understand that, hey, this is where my pajamas go. Hey, this is where my socks go. Hey, when I get in the house from after school, I'm not directly going in the fridge. I need to go in, take off my shoes, put them in the basket, or take them to my room. Go in my room, take off my uniform, put on a t-shirt, wash my hands with soap, then ask to grab a snack, then do my homework, then play or watch TV. That routine should be something they already know. You don't have to tell them constantly. Fifth thing is put away the dishes. I allow Anya to put away the dishes as long as I took all the knives out of the sink. That's something you can give your kid a little responsibility for. All right. The sixth thing would be sweep the floors the right way. Show your kid how to sweep the floors. I have wood floors in this house, not carpet. The carpets I usually take up and shake myself. I don't allow them to do that. But I let her sweep her room, the living room, under the couch, behind the bed, all of that. Responsibility. Number 7, call and check in. If your kid is old enough to have a cell phone, my kids do not have cell phones, allow them to call or text you when they get from point A to point B. Very important. Make sure they know the importance of having their phone charged before they leave a house or they leave somewhere. If they can't charge their phones, there's more expensive backup batteries that they can use. Get your child one. If they have keys, make sure they have a keychain or they put their keys in a responsible area. If they're not responsible enough to carry keys, do not give them a key. Most houses have codes now, so that's something you might want to look into. Also, it's dark out now in the mornings and in the afternoons really early. Get them a little flashlight, like a LED light they could keep on their keychain or on their belt loop. Number 8, teach your kids about keeping their word. If your child starts something, make them finish it. Anya started working in a workbook today. She did 3 problems and she was going to close the book and put it up. I said, no, you got to finish that page. Since you started, you got to finish it. Stress to them the importance of starting something and finishing and keeping their word when they tell you they're going to do something. Because you try to keep your word with your kids, right? Right. Number 9, allow your kid to know that they won't always win. They won't always win in games. They won't always win in contests. They won't always win when it comes to challenges. And they're going to have to learn how to try next time. That's important. There's a lot of adults that don't understand the importance of trying next time. Number 10, allow your kid to be honest about what happened before the teacher tells you. I love Class Dojo. It's an app that teachers use, preschoolers, daycares, they can use if they sign up. And Class Dojo allows you to communicate with the teacher back and forth. They allow them to post pictures and they allow them to, grade them on their behavior with points. And usually I'll check that and then I'll ask Anya about her day and see if she's going to tell me if she did something that she wasn't supposed to do or if she had a good day. And then depending on what she tells me, I'll back her up with the facts. Then I'll ask her again, what happened? Allow your child to tell you before you go down their throats on stuff. Number 3 on the must-do list. Let your kids know that some things are for grown-ups only. Anya loves to eavesdrop when I'm talking to my friends or when I'm talking to grown-ups on the phone and she thinks she might know something and need to butt in. Tell them that they need to mind their business and excuse them from the conversation. Because if you don't, your kids are not going to learn respect. Your kids are not going to learn to wait. Your kids are not going to learn to understand that when 2 adults are talking, they need to be quiet. Okay? Next thing is, do not force your kids to be around people or in places where they aren't comfortable. I used to hate when my mom would take us to church and then after church lounge around and, talk to her church friends. And then they would walk up to us and kiss us in the face or put our faces in their bosoms and stuff. And I'm just like, ugh, 1, I don't want to be smelling your old Elizabeth Taylor perfume. 2, I don't like when people kiss me in the face. I don't like when people kiss my kids in the face. I don't like when people touch me, and I don't want them to touch me. Even as an adult at 32, I don't like it. So I'm never going to put my kids in place of that. I do not like when people kiss my kids in the face. Unless you're their parent, don't do it. Unless you're not their grandparent, don't do it. Just, hug them and high five that thing and keep it moving, okay? When your kid is uncomfortable or show you signs that they're uncomfortable, do not force them, okay? Last thing is enforce that your kids try their own idea. If your kids has their own idea about what they want to do and how they want to do it, allow them and build that confidence in them to trust their own way of thinking and try their own idea. These are some astuces for parents. I tell you no lies. Have a good day. Bye. This is Cozy Womb. Stop! There's more!
Stop! There's more!
More.
Yeah.
Last but never least, don't forget to check your kids' backpacks when they get home from school, just in case they're bringing something into your home, and before they leave in the morning, just in case they're taking something outside of the home that they don't need to be taking. Trust me on this. Be nosy. Bye.
Bye.